Okay, my good friends, today I had a question from a lawyer. We have like 26,000 people in the Mudfossil community and more, actually. However, this just came across asking about the fiduciary obligation of academia and the evidence being as pro profound and undeniable as it is. Don't they have an obligation to look at this? And well, I mean, actually, he said they do. So I want to find out if that seems to be the public opinion, because it's really absolutely certain points to that. I'll show you what a fiduciary is supposed to do. Then you chime in. Should they look at this or just neglect it and teach what they feel they is their opinion to teach? You know, the things that we're presenting would certainly be accepted in a court of law. These are DNA tests done with a very well done in labs, two different labs, and there was three different samples done, and they were done with the ancient protocols and you know, extremely well done, all with the masks and the gloves and the bleach and the this and the that, covered with, you know, plastic and all that stuff. Very well done. Excuse me. And they did, you know, I'll just run through this real quick because I have some other things to show you. And it was all positive. Negative controls were negative. The results, two of them were extremely dense. One of them wasn't quite as dense. But they're all 100% human mitochondrial DNA. So, and it was, you know, it's certified and everything, and it was expensive, and it took months to do. So it's not something that we're just slammed together and sent out for a $25 test. Trust me, this was expensive. It took a long time to do, and it's irrefutable. So I would think there would be some obligation to look at that. Okay, and the thing is, there's no guesses here. If they can prove this is wrong, I would like to see that. Any anatomist will tell you that's an apical tuft off the top of a fingertip, and that fingertip just happened to be a huge fingertip like this. And that also is a fingertip. This was DNA tested. There's the vein. There's the artery. The artery blows out on the side like it does on fingertips. And on the end, those are the blood vessels. On the vein side, it doesn't blow out, but you can see the actual veins are in here. There's one on the end, and they don't blow out. That black bone silhouette is is the distal phalanges pattern. All right, and that's another fingertip from the same dig, and this is a bone ball and a knuckle from that same hand, and that is the tendon coming down, and that is the weave of the muscle pattern. That's a lung from a different specimen that's a human size, DNA tested, DNA certified. I have another one DNA certified. This stuff is not something that can be denied. It has to be looked at to be understood, but if it's not looked at, it's just ignored. And I don't think that's a correct posture for the ones that are taking, you know, student loans and everything, so forth. They need to be respected for reality, to be able to present them with the truth of what our history really is. I mean, that's what they're paying for. So opinion is not what they're buying, I don't think. And I guess it is a fiduciary obligation to be truthful and act in the student's best interest. Because, and then they say, oh, it's got to do with money and it's monetary. Well, that's exactly what this is. They're mortgaging their whole future to become certified by the people that will not even certify the things that they claim are true. It's not right. And it totally impacts their money. It totally impacts their property. Everything of their future is impacted, and even the way they think, and even their religious affiliations, really. I mean, you have to abandon God even when you go into these places. So let's see what a fiduciary, if you guys think they're bad fiduciaries or they're just doing what they should do for the students. All right, so let's have some votes. Okay, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, what is a fiduciary? A fiduciary is an individual in whom another has placed the utmost trust and confidence to manage and protect property or money, the relationship wherein one person has an obligation to act for another's benefit. So, do we have an individual in whom another has placed their utmost trust? Well, if you could claim an individual is a professor, yes, I would say that. Is the individual the institution? Yes, I would say that. So let's say we do have that. Now, has they placed their utmost trust and confidence in that person? And yeah, absolutely. Because they're actually paying them a ton of money for their knowledge, for their true knowledge, based on the fact that they assume that these people are in continuous communication with the newest knowledge. I would assume that that's their expectation. Now, so they gave them the utmost trust and confidence to manage and protect their money and property. Well, are they doing that? Well, I would say absolutely. This is all, what they're getting out of this school is the ability to earn money and the ability to have property and the ability to pay back these enormous loans that they're taking out, which are unforgivable, to these people that are telling them they have the knowledge that they need to be successful. Now, and they refuse to see the things that show that they are not telling them the truth. Now, whose benefit are they working in? I would say they're working in their own benefit to keep their status, position, awards, money flowing, all of these things that show that they are superior to everyone, which now is known that that is just not the case. So what is, they are not working in the student's benefit, in my opinion. I could be totally wrong. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we would want to know, do you think they are fiduciary failures, or they are acting in the best benefit of the students? It's up to you to see. I mean, to refuse to examine things that appear, well, that absolutely show that they're totally wrong about the things that they are claiming to be truth. I think that is a fiduciary neglect, absolutely gross fiduciary neglect, and it is systemic. So it's not just like one professor wouldn't do it, one university wouldn't do it. I presented this to virtually every university on the planet almost. I think Russia, they did look at it, but nobody else has paid any attention whatsoever. So that is the story, and we want to know what you think.